Catalystz is going to show us how it's done. Take it away.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Catalystz. You might know me for my Elden Ring or Dark Souls speedruns, but today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I've got Kronos with me on commentary. Hello, Kronos.
Yes, hello. I'm Kronos. I helped out with the Moist Critical Challenge, and this was one of the games that was selected for the challenge. So it's a really good game, so I hope you all really enjoyed this speedrun. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's very action-packed, so we're going to get right into it. Timer starts in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so this is a 2008 Russian FPS game based on Source, but the thing is that it's actually like in-house modified, and they changed two things about it and made it worse. You cannot bunny hop by scrolling the wheel, and you also take a lot more fall damage. But we're gonna have hopefully things to negate both of those problems. So you see them already out of bounds, and I think, Kronos, if you could explain this trick that I'm gonna do, that would be great.
Yeah, so this is the biggest skip in the entire game at the very start. So generally this game has, I believe, 31 missions, and this skips a third of them, I want to say. So right here, he's going to just use this chair to clip out of bounds by using something called a momentum storage glitch. By using the elevator's momentum from rising up to clip out of bounds, and he's going to fall back in bounds to hit a trigger. And by dying in the trigger and mashing quick save, he's able to create a save that has a black screen, and what that does is when you load that save, you should be able to progress to the next part. And as we can see here, it is a frame perfect save, I believe, so he's just trying to mash quick save until he gets it.
Yeah,
there he goes.
There it is. Yeah, so on the load screen you could see that there was just a black window. So essentially, because the halfway point of the game is underneath the starting area, this way we are able to hit the trigger there and then spawn at the beginning, but the game thinks that we are already in the 14th chapter and we can just start it very easily. Here I'm gonna just get very quickly out of bounds as well. And the main thing that basically we haven't mentioned is that you can carry over the game state from one save file to another, right? So that's what I'm gonna be abusing quite a bit, where I'm gonna make a save file standing on a box later on in the run, for example, and then I'm gonna have a save file where I'm nowhere near the box. However, if I load the save file where I am on the box and then load back to where I'm not there, the game's gonna think that I'm touching the box, and that way I'm gonna be able to use the physics of the box, essentially.
Yeah, and you can see here, this is a very similar game to Source Engine games where you have bunny hopping, strafing, movement, so a lot of air strafing is used in the run, and that's just a lot of minor speed boosts, and it helps you get to certain locations a lot faster. So just, for instance, crossing that water gap to pick up a card key, which normally you have to do a lot of puzzles to get around.
Yeah, that's right. And because it's Source, which is based on Quake originally, you can also do the Quake run here, where I'm just strafing into the wall and running faster that way. And what's really important, I'm also going to be crouching like that when I'm engaging enemies, because even though there are 3 difficulties in this game and we're playing on the easiest, the enemies deal a hell of a lot of damage. And if I keep on repeatedly crouching, they're going to be missing me most of the time, so I'm going to be abusing that. Alright, so here we're going to get to the first section with the car, jump into it. As you can see, the game also, it has quick save, quick loads. There's gonna be a cutscene, and hopefully it doesn't glitch out. Sometimes this glitches out for no reason, so I hope it doesn't. And it didn't, that's good. So now I need to obtain a gun. So what I'm gonna use is I'm gonna use the shield of this car to kill the guard to my left, pick up his gun, get back into the car. What is happening with the crosshair? Why is it so big?
It is very interesting.
And essentially what I do here is I'm gonna launch my corpse over the wall with a grenade launcher to hit a trigger behind it, load back into the car, and because you can reset the car back on track like if it was a racing game, I made a quick save just right before that triggered. And because I already, with my body, I hit the next area, essentially. The game thinks that I should have a checkpoint there. And that way I'm able to just warp past that gate. Then very quickly you saw me get out of the car and get back in. That's because I pushed the car through a cutscene trigger. And if you're in the car, it activates and it's an unskippable cutscene. However, because I wasn't in the car when I hit the trigger, the cutscene never played.
Yeah,
and here I'm going to do another glitch, which is called... okay, well,
Yeah, it's
wormhole.
wormhole. And this is a very cool glitch. It was found by Sabuline Horizon, and it's just amazing because it works in a very weird way. So in this game, there's a mechanic for resetting your car's position. And what happens is, if you go past certain checkpoints that the game has, the game will count you as being further ahead than it should have been. So when you try to reset your checkpoint, it will basically just teleport.
What was that?
Oh boy! It will teleport you forward just like that. So right there, he just teleported forward a bit, skipping a lot of driving, and it's going to happen a few more times right here. And this is a lot of driving that's skipped. I believe it's generally like a minute and a half, 2 minutes or so, and there's some barriers and walls that you need to like drive around. And yeah, this just skips all of that.
Yeah, I basically I pushed the car again into the trigger for the next area, and when I got into the car, it immediately loaded the next zone, and that way I'm able to make a glitch save file where I'm resetting the car, and then I'm able to keep on warping forwards. Yeah. So this is the dam. Dam is a pretty tricky section, so I'll ask Kronos to explain it a little bit again.
Yeah. So right here, this is called dam skip, and what happens is he's going to try to use this rising platform with the car, and he's going to try to clip into the ceiling here. And this is done by using grenades to trigger the car to just continue to rise up so he clips through. And now he's going to do some tricky platforming here while inside the ground to jump up top. And that just skips an entire dam section. Now here he's going to do another part where he's killing these guards. He's going to try to clip through the elevator and fall down. And by mashing quick save, I believe you're able to fall through the ground and possibly, there we go, very nice. Just land at the bottom of the elevator. And that just skips the entire section where you have to just wait all around. There's so many enemies to kill. And yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, that went really well. So you saw me when I fall into the shaft of the elevator, the jump up is actually way too high for me to reach. So what I did is I made a hard save file on the dam, in the dam on the car, and I loaded it back. And like I said, you can carry the save state from one save file, or I should say game state from one save file to another. So I loaded the save on the car, which gives me upwards momentum, and then I load back into the elevator shaft where I'm jumping, and that gives me just enough height to get out of the elevator.
Yeah, and this
more driving here.
Yeah. You can see it's very, very fast-paced. It's just an amazing run. Just so many tricks in a row.
That happens. Yeah, it's very, very cool. So about this driving, by the way, hopefully it will go okay, but this car is both at the same time the heaviest and the lightest thing you've ever driven. So essentially it steers really slowly. It has a lot of momentum, but at the same time the smallest inconvenience on the ground that you hit, the smallest obstacle, you're gonna go completely spinning and flying. So the driving is actually way trickier than it looks. And on the next section here, I'm gonna try to abuse the reset mechanic in the car again, where I'm gonna go completely crazy. I'm gonna start resetting the car now. It takes a little bit of time. I hit the next checkpoint and midair, and it puts me back on track. And then, because exactly what I was saying about the car being light, I could drive all the way around there, or I can just do this and drive out of bounds, hopefully. And then we're gonna jump back in bounds, which can be a little bit tricky here. There's obstacles. But we'll see how
and you
it
want
goes.
to really fall correctly here, because if you flip upside down, that's bad. So,
that was just a flip for the homies. Don't worry about that.
Okay, and right here we have another trick, which is this gate skip here. And this is going to be using the quick save, quick load mechanics to just flip your vehicle over by carrying its momentum across the saves. And as you can see, you're gaining height when you do this, and yeah, perfect. And that just
very nice.
passes through the entire section there, where you generally have to just destroy some generators, and that takes a while.
You're supposed to just straight up leave the car and do stuff outside, and then you can continue. But the way the momentum storage works is essentially it calculates the difference between the momentum on one save file to another. So what I make sure to do is I make a quick save like right before the gates, right before the barrier, while my car is at full speed. And then I always like quick save and quick load when I'm hitting the barrier, when the car's momentum is on 0. And that way I'm able to just, take it over. So another skip. Before we even explain the previous one, there's another one coming up. This one is fairly simple. I'm simply just, again, leaving the car as soon as it should go through a trigger where it gets like destroyed by this water. I'm able to get out of it, prevent it from being destroyed, and then enter the car again and get out of bounds. This is a pretty big skip. It saves several minutes again because there's a lot of driving. So what I need to do right now is I need to hit certain checkpoints that are normally on the track to make sure that the rest of the level loads later. If I go too close to the shore, I'm just gonna hit the trigger that kills my car again. So I need to make sure to stay far enough away, but like somewhere around there is what I'm supposed to be. So it looks like I'm getting into the void, but the ground is there. It actually just isn't loaded, so I'm gonna quick save and quick load to load it. And we're gonna do something really cool. So I'm gonna make a hard save in a very specific place right before I reset my car. And it's gonna reset me back on track to 1 point. Then I'm gonna continue there, do another small skip with momentum storage to hit a specific checkpoint. And then I'm gonna load back the previous hard save, and that's gonna allow me to continue onwards on the track. So here I'm gonna jump onto a very specific direction. I'm gonna go forwards for like 3 seconds. Reset my car, make a hard save. I'm just gonna call it CRA for crane, and I got reset back on track. Again, just the texture isn't loaded, so we're good. Looks pretty scary, but we're fine. And yeah, so this is crane skip. It's a little bit tricky. Hopefully it goes all right, but I'm gonna, again, try to use like momentum storage to get over this crane. Ah, there we go.
Oh, nice.
You could hear the sound, which means I hit the checkpoint. I reload the save I just made, and it puts me somewhere completely else. So what you're supposed to do there with the crane is like go around, essentially, because it's blocking you, and move it and whatnot. And yeah, by just abusing quick save, quick load, I'm able to get over it and continue onwards.
Yeah, and all of that just skips even more driving. There's so much driving in this section, and all of that just gets skipped. So,
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, this would be a good time to read out a quick donation, I think.
You got it. We have some love for you here, Catalyst. $10 from Covert Muffin saying, awesome seeing Cata back for the marathon. Awesome stuff and best of luck with the rest of the run.
Thank you so much, Muffin.
Of course. We also have $200 from Chrono Dream R. As promised, $50 for each death in the Sifu run previously. One more than expected, but I wish there had been one more so I could enter the Ivysaur Plus draft. Thanks a lot again for having us. It's been a privilege taking part in the event in some way. Keep up the good fight. Love on all of you.
And
Thank
so
you.
right here, there's another momentum storage glitch here. So as you can see, we're going to do a backflip over this gate by abusing quick saves and quick loads with the autosave that we got at the start. And oh,
we're good.
Hey,
I just
nice.
like to make it. I just like to make it close.
Yeah, that was good. Really nice.
Yeah, there's a different method of getting around that gate where you like scale up the mountain, and that was insanely inconsistent. This method is really cool. Like, it's a little bit, you know, it takes some time to get it down the rhythm because you have to like quick save and quick load immediately after that. Otherwise, you're just not going to be able to carry over momentum properly. But once you get it down, it's very easy to do. So here right now, the goal essentially is to go to Mars because the game's called Exodus from the Earth. And Earth is supposed to like get destroyed by the sun or something. There's also a vaccine involved. I have no idea what this game's story is. But in order to get to Mars, we have to reach the Cosmoport, so that's the goal right now. I have to go into this building to turn on power. I have to get into a different building again, that one right there where the guard is, to open this gate. And then we're gonna have to clear the Cosmoport completely to be able to go to Mars. And Mars is gonna be pretty wild. Like, Mars is some of the coolest stuff in it when it comes to tech. However, it's also a little bit finicky and it might not work, so hopefully it does. You also notice me like switching to low FPS sometimes. That's gonna come into play in Mars. And that's because if I switch to low FPS, I can essentially, if I'm lucky, and because I can quick save and quick load, I can try again and again, I can avoid fall damage under specific circumstances and also bypass collision checks sometimes. Okay, these guards are down. Shoot the turret there with a grenade launcher. And now there's 5 more guards left over here.
Yep, and just clean combat here to hopefully kill everything and then hit this cutscene. And now we are heading to Mars. And this part is going to be pretty insane. So let's hope everything works out. So right here, you'll see catalystz create a lot of saves. They're going to be on top of the boxes, and he's going to abuse the boxes' opening animations in order to do some very weird things with the physics engine. So he's going to grab a couple grenades, and he's going to use the grenades with the boxes to do some very interesting things. So he basically opens the box while a grenade is on top of it, and that prevents the box from opening until the grenade explodes. And by exploding the grenade at the correct time and standing at a correct location, you should be able to create a quick save that carries your momentum from the box exploding. And then he's going to launch straight up into the air and then drop to low FPS to try to reduce fall damage. And there we go. So that was the first Mars skit.
That's the first one, yeah. There's going to be more of this. So essentially the way this works is when you're standing on the box and the box opens, it's supposed to like move you sideways, but the momentum and speed that it gives you, it depends on the distance between you and the box. So what I'm doing here is I'm making the game think that I'm on the box by loading the previous save file. Okay, well the box got stuck because of this thing. So I guess I'm going to have to kill the mutants now. Let's see, because these guys throw grenades and they might explode the bomb that I put on the box, but they just moved the thing as well. Okay, let's just get rid of it, I guess, completely. There you go. And me putting the bomb on the box like this, what it does is it allows me to just open it at will, essentially, right? Because I can detonate the grenade. And then when I load the save file when I'm standing on the box, I can make the game think that I'm standing on the box, on the save file where I'm nowhere near it. So what ends up happening is the game pushes me, but because I'm so far away from the box, it gives me a massive launch. So yeah, this is the trickier part. I want to combine 2 launches, first to get out of bounds, to get a lot of distance from the box, and hopefully it goes well. Let's see.
And this one's pretty precise, as you can see. He's aiming in with the scope and trying to line up a grenade shot. So if everything works out correctly, he should be able to get a big launch here. So hopefully it works out. It is very difficult, this trick.
That might be too early. Yeah, the game also just sometimes refuses to give you a proper launch. So this is like the trickiest part of the run, essentially, for both whether the game decides to work and also for how precise it is to set up. So I'm going to try a couple more times. But we might have to do... Oh, that looked a little bit better.
Yeah.
Just gonna keep on loading for a bit. Okay. Let me try redo the shots. Okay, let's see. It seems like the game's just decided to not launch me.
Yeah, you can see it start to work. It's just really inconsistent
let me leave and continue. Yeah, let me try again. So this is another problem with this game. The fact that sometimes you can like mess up the game state in such a way that it's just unsalvageable. Like it's possible that the physics are just not actually gonna launch me properly. What I can also try doing is I can try remaking the save file on the box. That sometimes helps, but I don't think we really have like a consistent way of making this work if it just refuses to work. I can also try loading this save file first, and then this one. And then back here.
It's a lot of just...
Yeah, we're just gonna have to do the backup, which kind of sucks.
Okay, yeah.
But it is alright.
Yeah, it is one of the biggest tricks, and definitely the hardest trick in the run is that second Mars skip. So instead, now we're going to have to walk through all of these mutants here. And this is pretty interesting of a section. There's just a bunch of enemies with like electric chainsaws of sorts trying to kill you. But yeah, we're just going to run through everything here. And yeah, just deal with the enemies that are appearing in our path. Ooh, they're throwing grenades at you.
Did I just misclick?
Ooh,
Okay, I'm just gonna kill the enemies. I cannot even hit the stuff on the monitor as much as it's shaking. There's the grenades.
Yeah, and in this game, it like as explained earlier, even though this is easy mode, like the enemies are so brutal, like it doesn't feel like easy.
Yeah, not at all. Like the fact that there's like 2 more difficulties that you can select is kind of insane. I don't know who finishes this casualty on hard.
Yeah, like all the grenades are like basically insta-killing you. All the heavy fire rate weapons are just absolutely brutal. So any assault rifle enemies are just gonna tear your shields and health down instantly.
Yeah, that's why I made sure to like open that closet there to pick up some extra health just to make sure that I have enough. I'll also tell you like where the launch was gonna put us to. So as you can see, there is a lot of running around right now.
Yeah,
and all of this would be skipped.
Yeah, this entire section is skipped with that second Mars launch. But yeah, it is very difficult. And it is really cool to see. If you haven't seen it, I would recommend checking out some of the top runs. It is an amazing trick.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, I'm gonna just jump around this guy. And now there's 3 enemies in the way that I'm gonna shoot. Okay, that's actually 4. See, I haven't done this section in so long that I don't even remember how many enemies there are. Okay, this jump can be a little bit tricky. There we go.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hit a trigger for the next chapter, and this is where I would have landed with the Mars launch. So
yeah, it would have saved like
be pretty huge.
3 minutes, but yeah.
All right, more out of bounds shenanigans. I have to jump on this like flower-looking thing, which is kind of tricky.
Yeah, it's deceptively hard because like the geometry doesn't really match the textures here. So
Not at all, yeah.
yeah, it's a lot higher than it looks. And yeah, probably the toughest single jump in the game is this one.
Yeah, this is taking way too long anyways, even though it's not the easiest. Okay, let me reposition slightly, maybe.
There we go.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we
and-
get out of bounds here and just run around this entire section.
Yeah, generally you're supposed to like wait for the red mist to clear after killing some things and pressing some buttons, I believe. But we're going to skip all that by just jumping into the void here and by mashing quick save
Nice.
or by lowering your FPS. You should be able to clip through, and that skips that entire section.
That's right. Another thing that's really weird about this game is like the momentum from when you're on a slope. Like it's kind of counterintuitive, but when you're running up a slope, you actually get a higher jump than if you're just running down a slope. It's really weird. It's like basically completely counterintuitive to what it should be. Okay, destroy these turrets, and essentially the first launch on Mars was just to get the keycard so I could enter this this room or this building. Here I have to fix stuff, so I just put the battery in, and there's gonna be a pretty cool section coming up as well. However, this keypad here can sometimes break too, so hopefully it didn't. Okay, it's fine. If this breaks, like you have to quit out of the entire game and reload the save file, otherwise it's just not gonna work.
Yeah, it's really annoying sometimes. But here, coming up is Dirt Skip. So this is a very cool trick where we're going to abuse the saves once again, and we're going to clip into an area. Generally, this is like we use a key card here to just enter the next area, but
Yeah.
by doing this Dirt Skip, we're able to save the key card, and that saves a lot of time later on.
I'm gonna make a hard save just in case. I already have a D-save file. Oh, a second.
Okay. Yep, so right here, he's going to drop down on this dirt block, create this save. And now he's going to walk against this one and just line himself up. And once the box drops, he loads the quick save correctly, and he should be... Oh.
You have to retry again. I did 2 saves by accident,
Oh,
so I
yeah.
loaded the wrong quick save, yeah. It's not a problem.
Yeah, but if you time it correctly, you should be able to clip into the ceiling here and just skip all of the section here. Yeah. So right there, just do a nice jump. this jump is pretty difficult. There we go.
Yeah, so there was a door behind me that I normally, like, you can see in the top right that I have an access card. Normally you would use that one for it, but we're gonna be able to keep this to the end of the run, basically. And we're gonna save quite a bit of time by not having to obtain another one. So even though the skip itself loses time on its own, in the overall context of the route, it saves a decent amount. So there's a little bit of fighting here. I'm gonna jump over this railing, land on the edge there to not take fall damage. You can see like how fast my HP disappears when I'm not crouch spamming, like when I was on the elevator. It's kind of insane. In order to get to the next areas, I have to pull some levers here. There's a medkit here that I'm gonna take as well. And coming up is another pretty cool skip where essentially I can try to open a door that leads to the next chapter. However, normally, as soon as you open the door, the chapter starts. But what I try to do... Could you, sir? I also hit there's like a control panel that I hit with the grenade launcher through the ground. But essentially, there's this door here, and I'm gonna try to interrupt the game from loading the next chapter by quick saving and quick loading as the doors are opening. This is like very tricky as well.
Yeah,
like I try to open the door and quick save at the same time. And hopefully if that works out.
Yeah, it is pretty precise. There we go.
It allows me to just clip out of bounds, right? Because the yeah, this is...
Yeah, it's weird. So, basically, you're able to skip into the next chapter.
Yeah. It allows me to clip out of bounds because the door stays open as if I was entering the next chapter, but the next chapter isn't loaded. I got a little bit flustered there because I needed to make sure to avoid the fall damage there with the low FPS. Okay, this is like another thing. I make sure to be careful around these wall doors because you can get stuck in them and get instantly killed. So I'm making sure to make quick save. Also, there's a Dark Souls enjoyer there, and he's gone.
Yep, and right here we're doing another skip. This one's going to be another momentum carry skip by using a trash can that we'll pick up, and we'll clip through a door instead of having to destroy the center thing in the room.
Yeah, the reactor. Yeah, you're supposed to like get these magnetic thingies. But what I'm gonna try to do is exactly the same thing that I did at the very start of the run. I'm gonna throw the trash can here, jump, quick save, and then I'm gonna load this save when I'm on the elevator. And because the elevator is going up right now and the game thinks I'm on it, it gives me the momentum upwards.
Yep.
Okay,
and now
so we're getting to the close to the end of the run, where there's quite a bit of combat now. But first, I'm gonna get this box because I'm gonna... Why did the box drop? Because I'm gonna try to abuse it. Essentially, what we're supposed to do here... What we're supposed to do here is activate a crane at the top of this area. And then you're supposed to, like, backtrack all the way around. However, with the low FPS, I can actually abuse the box and do something that is called prop surfing, where I'm gonna switch to low FPS and basically surf down through a death trigger on the prop, hopefully. Just like this, nice. Okay, this is really precise, so it's cool that I got it first try.
Yeah,
so I get on the
amazing.
box, I toggle low FPS, and I just pass the death trigger, and I can drop down. Saves a lot of time compared to running around. And now I have to be killing these enemies to like progress, basically. I have to clear up these fights.
Yeah, in this part here, there's like a lot of enemies. Just have to kill the preset ones here, more spawn in, and then it triggers the boss fight here to start.
Yeah, I do the fight in like a very specific way to load the enemies as soon as possible and be able to kill them as fast as possible. And now this boss fight, there are two robots. The one that I already killed in the car earlier, these are the same. Problem is that they, besides just shooting bullets, they also have rockets, as you saw there. And you cannot really duck around those rockets, so...
Yep, and this boss fight is really difficult if you haven't done it.
Yeah, I missed.
Yeah. It is, like, they can just instantly kill you just like that.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So he shot the rockets that I shot from my rocket launcher. He shot it with the Gatling gun and I got wrecked. There we go.
Yeah.
This elevator is pretty funny too. The enemies can get stuck on it, so I make sure to let them walk out so they do not end up on the elevator with me. Otherwise, their bodies can get like stuck in these corners and you can just instantly die. Or the elevator's just straight up not even gonna go up, so... yeah, missed some QA testing there, but with this strat, just letting them get out, it's very simple.
Yeah,
so
and
here,
we're going to use the key card from earlier
right.
just to open this door.
There.
Generally, you're supposed to go through a lot of other stuff to get another key card. But yeah, we just saved like a minute there to get that key card. So here, this is the final boss room. And this is just done by some tricky platforming here up to the top. And all we have to do is press a button to open a container, and we're going to trap the robot in order to destroy it. So yeah, this set of jumps is pretty precise. There we go.
It's pretty annoying, and the thing is I also always want to like load back the save file, because if I don't, the robot's gonna get really close and it might mess with the setup. Still not guaranteed, but if you do it fast enough, you should be able to hopefully bait the robot in. For that, I'm gonna also position myself in a very specific place. Oh, he's
also,
going around,
we are coming up on time fairly soon.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
Here,
right, so
this is the robot
we
cutscene.
fry him, and we're gonna get... now we basically just have to run into the final cutscene. Overall, decent run. It's the first time this game was ever shown at a marathon. Unfortunately, Mars didn't work, which is, probably visually the most impressive skip. But I'll be doing this run again in the summer, so maybe you can catch that. And time is now. There you go.
Nice.
So that's time. That's Exodus from the Earth. Casually, it's not too bad, but unfortunately, the difficulty is a little bit too high, so it's not like the most enjoyable game in that regard. But I just want to give a quick shout out to like everybody that worked on this game. I didn't really participate in the $10,000 Most Critical Challenge. I only ran the game for a couple of days during it. But just to give you an idea, when the challenge started, the world record for the run, there was just one runner, Deluxe, and the world record was 62 minutes. 14 days later, and with the effort of a lot of people joining in, showing what speedrunning can do, what the speedrunning community can do, the record ended up being just around 21 minutes, so just under. So in 2 weeks, it went from 1 hour from a decently routed run to just 20 minutes. But yeah, so shout outs to everybody that worked on this. There's too many people to name. And yeah, thank you very much for joining me, Kronos. Kronos had a great run yesterday, thank you. So go check it out. And thank you, GDQ, for having me. Unfortunately, couldn't make it in person this year, but there's always next year. Please, and everybody enjoy the rest of the marathon, and thank you for watching my run.
All right, wow. I am sweating for how much action that I just saw on screen. Let's give it up one more time, whether or not you're at home or in the audience, for Catalyst. All right, and there were a few leftover donations from people showing Catalyst some love as well that I wanted to get to here. $10 from Solera Vestora. Shout out to my fellow Dark Souls enjoyer Catalyst. Cannot wait to see you destroy Exodus as you destroy Dark Souls. Show them how it's done, Cat. A love from your home country. You make us proud. $25 comes through from Sma Man saying Exodus from the Earth. More like Exodus from the game boundaries. Here's hoping some extraordinary doctors can do the same IRL. All right, everybody, it is time. Let's get a little stretch on. How about everyone take a walk around, maybe do some hopping and some Mars skips, whether that's at home or in the audience, and we'll see you on the other side in just a few short moments. All right, and welcome back to SGDQ 2023, fellow gamers. I hope you enjoyed that incredible exodus from the Earth run that we just got to experience as we're getting set up as well for the upcoming Tuho run. Also wanted to bring everyone's attention to the fact that we have some incredible challenges and incentives that are still open. Of course, we have bonus game number 4, Super Mario Odyssey, that we are working towards, currently sitting at $24,533 out of 100K. I hope that we can get that met tonight. I would love to see some more Super Mario Odyssey. Additionally, we have some N++ hard level showcase challenges that we're trying to make, currently sitting at $1,231 out of $7,500. Let's make that happen. I'm all about trying to extend this marathon. I'm having a good time and I want to be here as long as I possibly can. I'm sure some of you out there are feeling the same way. Additionally, some bid wars open. Little Gator Game has a Little Gator name bid war. Oh, that is cute. Currently in the lead is Floyd with $300, followed by Gail with $135 and Bartholomew with $100. That is anyone's game, of course, as well as The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. I've heard of that game. We have a filed name bid war open for that. Honk, $350 in the lead currently. Yes, Chef, $265, and Jami Taco at $50. That one is also open to anybody. So I think y'all should get some donations in and see if you can snag one of those. Speaking of, we got a lot of people who really want to see Odyssey get met, like $50 from Tomotalk saying, more GDQ, let's get on the Odyssey. $10 from Flying Hawaiian 916, donating for a good cause. Let's get that Super Mario Odyssey. Woohoo! Pretty special one here I wanted to shout out because it's always good to give the tech crew a little love here because they are working so much. $256 from Jason LaRose, 7th donation of the marathon. This is my tech crew appreciation donation. You all are constantly on point, Chef. Incentive goes to the tech crew's choice. I'm sure we can get that figured out. $50 comes in from Garen01234 saying, this is not a comment. Oh no, I think I beg to differ. I beg to differ, but thank you so much for your donation. Da Vincento writes in with a $5 donation saying, great Exodus run, and shout out to Moist Critical who sponsors a new speedrun to be invented each month. Good luck to the runners and have fun, hosts. Yeah, I've been enjoying seeing some Moist Critical runs during this marathon. Not only do we have Exodus, but of course we had the Elder Scrolls run as well, and that was just incredible. Well done, everybody all around. Of course, we're getting ramped up here as well for some Tuho excitement. $25 from Kanako Best Goddess saying, off sick from work, which gives me time to watch the Tuho run. Seeing those Fumos, I decided to give a bit extra. You have to be a lunatic to not love those little dolls or to let such an opportunity graze by. Yes, shout out to the prizes we have open right now. Of course, the Tuho prizes are probably pretty popular with the run coming up, but we have a number of prizes. I mean, a life-size Ivysaur plush with a $250 cumulative donation. How do you pass that up? I mean, I want to give that thing a hug. It looks so soft. Let's make that happen for somebody out there. $10 comes through from Respect. So excited to see Impossible Spell card at SGDQ being run by such an incredibly skilled player. Best of luck to Misume. JC coming at us with a $100 donation. Halfway through, say it ain't so. Let's keep this going with Mario. Look at that. Some poetry on your Wednesday morning. Beautiful. $25 from Nurse Joko. As an RN and gamer, had to donate and support my fellow healthcare buddies for a marvelous cause. What is Mario's favorite animal? A capybara. Let's go and get Super Mario Odyssey. Yes, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. So we're gonna be shouting out the Banjo-Kazooie run from earlier this week with $20 from Jinjo. Wait, the Banjo run has been over for days? I'm still stuck out here. Help! Help! Please somebody help, Jinjo. Please. We have $250 from Hawaii Sa. I won't get much time to watch the marathon, but here's a donation to my favorite charity, as well as making sure the marathon lasts as long as possible. LOL, lots of love. Thank you so much for your donation. And that is a good reminder as well, just what we are raising funds here. What is MSF? What is Doctors Without Borders? Well, Doctors Without Borders, or MSF, is an independent international organization that offers medical humanitarian assistance to people based solely on need, irrespective of race, religion, gender, or political affiliation. Over the past 5 decades, MSF has grown from a group of a few hundred volunteers to an international movement, providing over 10 million medical consultations in more than 70 countries every year. MSF's core values of humanitarianism, independence, neutrality, and impartiality continue to drive their work in providing life-saving aid to people whose survival is threatened by violence, neglect, or catastrophe, primarily due to armed conflict, epidemics, malnutrition, exclusion from healthcare, or natural disasters. Thank you so much to everybody who has donated to make MSF such a successful organization and helping out so many people out there in the world. We just received a $20 donation as well from Kayla Bottomy saying, first time donating, wishing everyone positive vibes and good times. I love that. Positive vibes and good times. Feels good. Feels good. Another shout out to our incredible tech crew from Michael, who donates $25. Thank you, tech crew. Hope everyone out there can say thank you to the tech crew. We really appreciate it. Getting some love in for Little Gator Game and that file name bid war from a $100 donation from Knox, donating for naming the hero Floyd as thanks to Playframe inducing this adorable Little Gator Game. It is super cute. Yes, it is. Wiggly Type donating $25 saying, keep up the expeditiously excellent work, runners. Shout out to the runners. P5K coming through with a $250 donation. No comment, but we appreciate your generosity. Thank you so much. My favorite person, Anonymous, coming through with $20, saying what we're all thinking, which is heart, heart, heart. I love GDQ. Heart, heart, heart. Yes, yes, yes. We all love some GDQ around here. Frost Kirby writes in with $50. Good luck to all the chefs trying to wrong warp their dishes to the dining table. You know, I've never tried that. I feel like that's going to end with some dishes breaking, but you know, you got to do what you got to do. Tons of love pouring in, people wanting to see Mario Odyssey become a reality, such as Dynamite donating $25. Let's get that Mario Odyssey. $25 also from Druid saying, $25 for SMO Chef. Coming right up, I hope. Heldon Soubrette writing in with a $25 donation. Always happy when a GDQ week comes around. No incentive left behind. Let's do it, chat. Let's do it indeed. Thank you for your donation. $100 coming through from KO. No comment, but we appreciate your donation. Thank you so much. And I see there is a hype train going on right now. Absolutely. It is just flying through. Choo Choo, $5 from Neo Mini Bob. Thank you so much. As well as a hype train coming from Crumbles, $5 donation. Hype train. All right. SGDQ 2023 is proud to be sponsored by Fangamer. Fangamer is a video game merchandise company based in Tucson, Arizona, shipping worldwide. 100% of profits from the sales of the GDQ merch through SGDQ 2023 benefits MSF. So feel free to visit fangamer.com/GDQ to see the full lineup. SGDQ 2023 is also so proud to be sponsored by the Behemoth and Alien Hominid Invasion. Now, Alien Hominid Invasion, the new title from the Behemoth, it's coming this year. The mayhem never ends with infinite replayability as you grow stronger, wiser, after each city block in this arcade-style co-op run-and-gun reimagination of Alien Hominid. Feel free to get the intel at www.beh.gg/aliens. All right, everybody. I'm just absolutely having a blast out here, and we're getting so many donations, and it's just making me smile so much. I just want to read a few of these. $25 coming from Jose TSZ. Glad to see Tuho in GDQ. Fubo hype. $25 as well coming from Wigwig. I need that Mario Odyssey run. Let's make it happen. Could not agree more. We're all about trying to extend the marathon here, right, folks? We all want to see more GDQ. We're all watching because we love speedruns. Let's get some more speedruns in the marathon. Let's do it. Warufuzake, $25 donation. You get SM Odyssey. I get Tuho plushies. Deal? Deal? Even if I don't get plushies, we are all winners here. Much love and greetings from Germany. Flipping the script here, $25 from no comment saying anonymous. I see what you did there. I see you and I love it. Kale donates $25. Shout out to Tech Crew and the wonderful host. Well, that makes my heart happy. Thank you so much. But the Tech Crew are the real stars. Shout out to them as well. Michael agrees with that $25 donation. Thank you, Tech Crew. If you're at home or in the audience here on site for SGDQ, can we get a thank you, Tech Crew? To be honest, I have no idea if you did it or not, but it feels right. It feels right, and I feel it in my heart that even if you're at home, you shouted out the Tech Crew, and I really appreciate you. We do have that open bid war for Little Gator game, as well as a few other incentives as well. The Panda comes through with $50, donating for my favorite Little Gator game and to support an awesome cause. Here's $50 towards the name Chef, the hero of playtime. Oh, it seems like with all these references to Chef, did we have some chef related game? Did I miss something? No. Surely not. Surely not. We didn't have any incredible runs based off chefs. No, I don't think so. No. I would have seen that, certainly. We received a $143 donation from PokeChow. Love seeing Tuho at GDQ. This one is a lot of fun. Good luck to the runner. I've seen some Tuho runs. They are just truly a spectacle to behold, and you all are going to have a blast with Tuho 14.3. Cannot wait for y'all to see it. Shout out to some VR community friends. Coffee donating $25. Been watching for a couple years now. Hope everyone has a good SGDQ. And shout out to all my VR friends watching right now. Watching in VR, that's incredible. Thank you so much for that donation. Not only do we have a lot of love coming through for the Tuho run that is upcoming as well, but we have a lot of love for the Tuho plushies specifically that are available for prizes right now, such as a $25 donation from Anonymous saying, "Need those Tuho plushies 030." And just in case you are out there and you are interested in checking out those Tuho plushies, feel free to go on over to gamesdonequick.com to get a look at our available prizes as well. We have a variety of prizes that are not only cumulative for the entire event, meaning that whatever donations you will do throughout the entire week will accumulate towards making that total. We also have some prizes that are only available for a select amount of time, such as those Tuho plushies referenced. For example, the Reimu and Marisa Fumo plushies, $25 minimum donation gets you enrolled to getting those. So if you're interested, get those donations in and see if that can become a reality for you. Okay. $50 donation from Nexon V2, which I really appreciate for multiple reasons. Got to donate to let the announcer know it's Toho, not Tuho. Also, I remember playing N+ in grade school, so let's see some tech in N++. Thank you for the donation, but also thank you so much for correcting me there. Toho. I'm going to get it right from now on. Thank you so much. Just to make sure I do, Night Trey is going to keep me honest with a $25 donation. Toho fan and medical professional here. Happy to see Doctors Without Borders as the charity. They are wonderful. And I think I speak for a lot of people at GDQ here would say we could not agree more. Some prize love coming from Lentil the Llama, $20 donation. Saw that Hollow Knight Woodburn and had to throw in a chance for it. It's my birthday today, so surely that'll count for 2. Well, at least hopefully we can get some Mario for my birthday. Happy birthday, Lentil. I hope you have an incredible day. Gray writes in with a $30 donation. After seeing that Toho will be represented at this year's SGDQ, I knew I had to donate during it. Such a fun series with a great community, fan works like music or art, and of course, fun games. I wish the best of luck for the run. We received a $25 donation from Santos Ultra. I love watching these runs at night and leave them running on my phone overnight to wake up to the sounds of games being demolished. I love SGDQ. That sounds like a pretty fun way to wake up, if you ask me. Crow Tengu writes in with a $25 donation. Toho at my GDQ? What a scoop! Put my donation to unlocking that Mario Odyssey run. Nemas writes in with a $50 donation. Simple comment, less than 3. We love you too, Nemas. The prize love continuing on. $10 from GM Big Kev. Moushly plushie, also Super Mario Odyssey. As well as a $50 donation from Mr. Whiskers. I must have that Hollow Knight prize. Ooh, that's going to be a contentious one. We got some excellent prizes, and I'm sure we're going to get some donations in because these prizes are just a sight to behold. Mildane donates $25 to say, here's a $25 donation from Anonymous with no comment. Am I doing this right? Well, you're close, but I appreciate the generosity regardless. Thank you so much. DMJ donating $100. Hello, DMJ654 of Gensokyo Radio here, your 24/7 Toho music radio station. So glad to see Toho at GDQ. Have you get my money in for those Fumos. Shootouts to the entire Toho speedrunning community. Always donate during Toho runs. Good luck and get those grace points. $95 donation from Seth Raw. Is that the John Toho plushie as a prize? I've got to enter and get myself one of those. Absolutely. Thank you for your donation. A tradition I am always happy to see continue as we receive a $20 donation from anonymously. We'll see. Hello, SGDQ. This is not a haiku. We're here to break games. We've come to save frames. Above all, the cause is charity. So I say now with clarity, Chef, do not yet relax. Pay your Tears of the Kingdom tax and give thanks to the tech crew for I know not all that they do, but if not for the labor, the stream I cannot savor. Good luck, have fun, and extend the run. Wow, what an incredible poem. Thank you so much. Rosoro SSO donates $25. Hi, could you start saying Toho like Toho again? Thanks. What am I supposed to do, chat? What am I supposed to do? I'm out here trying my best. No, I know. Thank you so much for that donation. I'm having a blast out here. Thank you all so much. All right, folks, it's been my incredible pleasure to be hosting with y'all, but it is time for me to sign off. I will be back in the marathon a little bit later, but for now, I'd leave you in the more than incredible hands of Iggy Zig.
Well, yeah, haha, you found me. Welcome back to Summer Games Done Quick 2023, powered by Twitch and raising money in support of Doctors Without Borders. I am Iggy Zig. I am your host. And chat, crowd, get ready for the intensity and blistering action of Toho 4T.3 Impossible Spell Card and all scenes, no items run by Misu Metane. Ganbate kudasai! Let's go.